Listen to this case. A college student has won a restraining order against her parents for stalking. 21-year-old Aubrey Ireland told a judge she felt like a dog with a collar on. She said her parents routinely drove 600 miles from Kansas to Ohio to make surprise visits to her school. Accused her of using drugs, having sex, and being mentally ill. She said they even installed software on her computer and cell phone to track her every move. When she finally cut off all contact, they cut off the money. The school then gave the Dean's List senior a full scholarship, and the judge ordered her parents to stay away from her until next September. To get more insight into this unusual case, I want to bring in defense attorney Janet Johnson. She joins me via Skype. Janet, have you ever heard of a case like this before?
Yeah, there's sometimes in high-profile celebrities who don't want their parents sort of harassing them for money, and you see even people divorcing their parents when they're not adult, like this girl was. But if you think about it, she's entitled to the same amount of privacy as any other adult would be. She's 21 years old, and her parents were coming to the school telling people she had mental health issues, obviously invading her privacy. The flip side is they're saying, well, then we don't have to pay for college anymore, and we want to be reimbursed for the past 3 years. I don't think they're going to get their money back, but they can cut off the purse strings, that's for sure.
So what is case law here? What is the law?
Well, she has the same standing as any other person who goes to injunction court and says, you're harassing me, you're spreading rumors about me. Whether it's your parents or any other adult, they're not allowed to do that. And it's telling that the University of Cincinnati, a judge, and apparently a mediator have all sided with her and actually told the parents, you know what, you guys are the problem, not your daughter, who by all accounts is a drama star, a great student, and apparently a pretty good kid.
You know, there are a lot of people in that situation that would say, you know, my parents are overbearing. You know, I'm at this age where I'm an adult. I'm trying to break away and be my own person. But I would assume the bar is really, really high, though.
Exactly. I mean, we all have heard the term helicopter parent, and not all of those parents have injunctions issued against them. But when you see what these parents have done, and they actually, I think it got to the point where they were going to take her out of school and give her what they called mental health evaluations. And the university, who see this child every day, or adults really at this point, they've said, you know, she's actually not the problem in our community. I think it has to get to the point where your parents are behaving almost irrationally like a stalker. And that's what these two people have done for their only child, I might add.
I'm an only child.
Right.
Hey, Mom, I'm not about to say anything, Mom. Just calm down if you're watching right now.
Merry Christmas.
Right. Okay, if there's a restraining order on the books, does that mean that her parents could actually be arrested if they violated it?
Yeah, I was a little surprised that it went so far as to say they can't even come within 500 feet. So not only can't they have any violent contact or spread any rumors, they actually can't even come within 500 feet of where she is, including her performances. It got to the point where the university was actually putting guards at her performances to keep these people from coming inside. I think they would get arrested, and, you know, by all accounts, they may have a hard time actually conforming their behavior to actually follow the injunction. But at this point, the university has stepped in and said, we're paying her tuition. And in fact, if you do win the case for the $66,000 reimbursement, we're going to give that money to you, not your daughter.
Surely there has got to be a better resolution than this. It actually makes me very sad when you see that this family has dissolved this way.
And, you know, and it's an only child. So you think the parents' motivation probably doesn't come from they want to hurt her. But at the same time, she's saying, you know, I've lived my life like this. And I think it got to the point where she didn't feel she had any other recourse. But the judge actually said, you should mediate this. I don't want to have to decide this. This isn't something that should be in court. And they went with a mediator. And not only did the parents not agree, they actually said, we want all the money back that we've given her for school. And that's when the mediator had to step in and say, you know, you guys need the help and not your child. That it is sad. And if that's their only child, they now have no contact with her for at least a year, and it can even be renewed next September.
And you know, a lot of the times, and I'm sure you've seen this being an attorney, sometimes people lash out because they're hurt, right? And then over time, sometimes things change and they back off a little bit. Hopefully that's what'll happen, maybe?
Yeah, and if there's counseling. And I think, judge can't say, I don't think he said in the order that the parents need counseling, but obviously if both sides do that and can get back together, but everyone has heard from their parents, if you're living under my roof, if you're using my computer, if you're using my cell phone, I get to dictate. So apparently she at this point is on her own, and that is a sad thing for a 21-year-old, but the university is standing behind her. So University of Cincinnati seems to feel very strongly about this student and this situation.
We'll have to continue to follow this. Yes, I'm an only child. I had overprotective parents. This is so much more than that. Janet, it's an interesting case. It was good to talk about this with you. Happy New Year.
Thank you. You too.
All right.